Hey everyone, Travis Robertson. Have you ever finished a listing presentation or a buyer presentation knowing in your heart that you nailed it only to not have that person move forward with you as their realtor? Ever wondered why? Well, typically speaking, there are 5 reasons somebody would not move forward with you as their real estate professional. What are those 5 reasons? Number 1, likability. You know what? You could have done everything absolutely right, but if they just didn't like your personality, like your style, like your approach, like you as a person, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, we work with people that we like, not just people that we think are going to do a good job. The second reason somebody may not move forward with you is you haven't established trust or rapport. Now, don't misunderstand. This doesn't mean that you're not a trustworthy person. It just means that you haven't shown them that you're trustworthy. Now, how do we establish trust? Generally speaking, it's not by talking. I know, shocking, right? We like to think that if somebody doesn't trust us, we just need to convince them more and more and more that we're the right person, that you can trust us. And here, let me give you another reason. Instead, the better way to establish trust or rapport with somebody is ask them a question and then show them that you heard them with your ears, not just observed what they were saying and moved on. So you want to ask them questions, and then you kind of want to repeat back what they said to you in the form of another question. So if somebody says, you know what, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Your response should be, oh really, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house? I think we can help you with that. You're repeating back, letting them know that you heard and understood, and thereby establishing trust and rapport. The third reason somebody may not move forward with you is that you haven't found their need. Now, this doesn't mean that they have a need necessarily, but it does mean that if they do have a need, you haven't discovered it and you haven't found a way to address their specific need. Now, maybe they don't have a need. Maybe it's not the right time for them, but one of the best ways to do this is going back to number 2, ask better questions. Why are you looking at moving right now? What's your motive? Where are you looking to move to? You're trying to figure out, is it something that's urgent, or is it just something that maybe for them a nice to have? Maybe it's not something that they're looking at doing right now. Maybe it's something that they're looking at 3 to 6 months down the road. So you have to know up front, do they actually have a need to move, to purchase, to make a decision right now, or is this something that may be just a little further down the road or may not even be a need? See, if you haven't found their need, if you haven't discovered that or helped them discover that, you very likely will not get them to move forward. Number 4 is there's no sense of urgency. We kind of established this in the need, but it's something a little bit different than a need. Look, they may have a need to move. Somebody may be getting transferred, but it may not be happening for 2 more years. So their urgency factor isn't the same as their need factor. Again, coming back to asking better questions also helps you establish the trust, determine the need, and determine the urgency. Number 5, and the very last reason somebody may not move forward with you, even though you feel like you nailed it, is that you did a phenomenal presentation, but somewhere along the line, you didn't establish the confidence in your personal ability. Look, sometimes, especially if you're a newer agent, you have to sell around the lack of experience that maybe you have compared to some of the other agents that they might be interviewing. So this comes down to establishing confidence in your personal ability. Now, a new agent might say, well, how do I do that? I don't have the experience of some of the other agents. You know what? You're right, you don't. But here's what you do have: an ability to work harder, an ability to draw from maybe other people in the office, maybe pull somebody else into the deal, and maybe cut them in on it just to start building up that experience and helping people understand that it's not just you who will be working on this. Maybe it's a broker who steps in, or a manager, or a more experienced agent to kind of lend their experience, lend their ability to what it is that you're doing, and further raise the confidence of the people that you're working with. So there you are, the 5 reasons. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like down below, or that side, whatever side it is, and click subscribe, because we'll be bringing more of these videos to you shortly. Take care. Have you ever wondered, stop. Alright, let's start this over. Let's get it right this time. Number 5, and the very last reason somebody may choose to not move forward with you, even though you nailed it in your mind, is this.